Hi there, would you like to come and see my allotment? Come on through. Follow me. So I'm going to show you my allotment, show you what I'm growing on one side of it. Today I'm just going to cover the fruit section, and I'm just going to show you some of the plants I'm growing and the way it's set out. So it should be cool. So come along. Oh, don't trip over that. And then there's a brush there. So here I'm on my fruit and ornamental section, and I'm just going to show you around a few things. This is where I grow all my fruit, all my interesting flowers and plants, and I'll just give you an example of what I'm growing. For example, this lovely tree here is a fig, believe it or not, and unfortunately no figs yet, but you know, well, I lie, actually there was one, but it's kind of just disappeared. I don't know what's happened there, but hopefully this will start producing, because I like figs and that'd be nice. And like, obviously we've discussed this in one of our episodes before, this is the strawberry tree that I'm making that liqueur from, because I'm a drunk or something like that. That's a joke. This one's a big interest to me. I love this plant. This is one of my favourite in the whole place. This is pineapple guava. Not actually a guava, but it tastes similar and it's got an interesting exotic fruit taste. And it's just a nice plant. I just actually wish it was flowering, because the flowers are really nice on it. I could show you that, but they're a bit young yet. Must be buds here, that's it. Never mind. Maybe I'll come back and show you in another episode. Other than that, I've got all these like nice ornamental stuff here that I put in just to give a bit of colour in the like these petunias here and the lobelia, just to make it look nice and interesting when summer comes, which is nice. And then I've got all of these, like this is my ornamental bed, so I grow all like interesting flowering plants in here. I don't really eat. I mean, some of these are really toxic, so I wouldn't want to plant anything to eat in here, but this is interesting. This is one of my this is like alien looking plant, is one of my attempts at keeping native plants growing in this country. So for example, this is endangered in the sense of where it grows. This is like the most northerly point in the world where this plant grows, so I want to keep it that way. So I've grown it on the allotment. It's quite interesting. The bees love it, so pollinators get their fix of nectar. It's good. And it's quite big and massive, and it looks quite cool actually. But as for this, I've got these as well. I've got the usual fare. I've got mallows here. I've got this giant lily here. This is one of these giant lilies that where you see on the packet, and it's like bigger than your children. Not really that big really, but it's quite nice. It's almost flowering. And then I was talking about toxic plants before. This is Brugmans here. It's actually a tropical plant, but it seems to be happy growing back every year. But if you ate this leaf, you would probably be no more, because it's a seriously toxic plant. I wouldn't recommend eating this unless, you know, you have a death wish. Well, just don't do it. Just don't do it. So these are my mallows, as I was saying. There's a Kashmir mallow. It's and one of these is just a native mallow. And I love mallows, basically. Anything mallow-wise. Even that tree there that I saw before is a mallow. So that's my ornamental bed I've got here. This is interesting. Who grows tea? I bet you didn't think you could grow tea in this country. Well, here we go. This is Camellia sinensis. This is a tea plant, the same tea that they grow in India and China. So they're a bit young yet. I split all these off from one plant. So they're just like literally, they're looking a bit unhealthy because they had problems rooting, but some of them died. But they're coming back. You can see the nice fresh green leaves on these ones. So, but there you go. You can grow your own tea. There's a fact for you that you didn't know. Going here, these are pear trees, and they're already kind of laden with pears. You can see the small pears growing here. Hopefully, they'll turn out well this year, and they won't get eaten by worms and slugs and all kinds. If I take you, these are also pear trees. If I take you behind here, actually, there's soft fruit. So these are all my soft fruit shrubs. They're a bit over, to be honest. I've let them go a bit too much. They're a bit overgrown, to be honest. But these like blackberries, black currants, white currants, I've even got a goji berry here, but it hasn't got any flowers on. It's not doing very well, this one actually, but and just currants and berries. So I've got some, actually, if I look here, I've got some that are ripening, some black currants. But the problem is the birds always take them before I have a chance. That's the problem. Sort of like just a few lavender here, another one of these mallows here. Yeah, why not? And a lavender here. So plenty of stuff for the bees, really. That's it's important, I think, that when you're doing an allotment like this, that you cater for wildlife, not just yourself. So plenty of opportunities for bees here. Now, if I take you, where can I go? Right, if we follow over here, I'll show you another plant. So here is a pomegranate. Yeah, who thought you could grow a pomegranate? This is a pomegranate. It hasn't flowered yet though, it hasn't fruited. I don't know when it's going to, because at this point it should have. But I can't see any sign of flowers. I don't know when it's going to, if it's going to. But we'll leave that one for now. And then here is a gooseberry. Yeah, and they're all ripening, look at that. So we've got our green gooseberries on there and they're turning red. Perfect. And they should be ready in about 3 weeks. Oh, I hope so, because I love these, they're very nice. And then the next plant I've got here is a Chilean guava, not related to any guava, well, kind of very, very distantly related. And this is just coming into flower. And apparently these were Queen Victoria's favourite fruit. Who knew? But they are very, very nice. I'd recommend getting one of these if you've got an allotment. Chilean guava, or if I remember the name of it, what was the name of it? Well, I'll tell you in another episode. So if I come over here, I'll show you what I'm doing on this side. We're nearly finished now, really. This is an interesting one. I'll show you this right now. This very inconspicuous looking thing. It is called a Japanese wineberry. That doesn't mean it's wine. It's not made of alcohol, although that'd be nice. This is related to brambles and raspberries, so I think it's in the rubus family. I'm not sure. But yeah, but these are very nice, but they're also lethal. I mean, they've got these really, really, really hard spikes, and I've just got myself there, so not very nice to touch. So moving on here, this is all ornamental, so there's no, I just grow this ornamental stuff. So we've got a euphorbia here, giant euphorbia from Madeira. We've got some interesting bottle brush type plants here, and although I need to weed through this lot, to be honest, because it's getting overgrown, but that's another time. I'm not rushing. And other than that, that's pretty much it. There's nothing to it, but there's some interesting plants. There's some edibles, some ornamentals, and that's it really. That's my tour of my allotment. I mean, I'll be giving more information in future episodes, so more in depth. So yeah, well, I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you next time.